Hello Tech Genius, I am Ravi. Have you ever imagined a place where learning is as dynamic as the technology shaping your world? Then here's a deal. With iMatix, you can make sure the learning is exciting, impactful right from the beginning. You have interactive sessions with expert-led courses. In the world of tech, from data science to cloud computing, it's not just about a session, it's about doing, building, learning by solving real problems. So let's get started. It didn't trigger anything for you because you bring an update. Update never tell you to run to your technical rule. But if you would have set up an update user rule right, which matches your condition, that time it would have import for you. Now you got the thing right. What is the difference between you know how this technical rule works and how this user will write right? If you create a new record here, right? Let me give a new user with the CTC and see what happened. If I give another user right with some different ID I'm trying to onboard, I'll give Samanal an annual status 1 and see. I'll give C to C. It is finished now. Let's go and run the job. Go to the job history. Go to your job. Click action. Give you connection name. Submit. A little bit the job to finish. Just expand it and see it what happened. Open the job. You knew is an inserted one, right? What is the username we give? User, right? Go to the user. This is user, right? If I go to the pending task, right? See, it generated the pending task for me, right? This task, if I provision through the W3 try job, right? You will get an account. For provisioning part, right? You were just importing the thing. As I said, once your import happen, the user will come to save it. Along with that, the technical rule it trigger. Technical rule is just to evaluate your condition at. It will generate a task for you basically. How the system works, right? There is two things. Basically, we'll be talking about here first is user import right. What is the job of user import right? And again, once the import happened right, there is another thing also residing W3 try job. How the things is working. Let me show you. Let's say today they say are people right in the HMS database. They updated or they created a new user. The last new username is Kevin. This user got created here. We have already set up a user import job, right? That is, the user is coming to your Saviynt. This is your Saviynt system. The user came here through the user import, right? As I said, the user import job is set right in the user update user import. I have mentioned two things, right? Sec rule equal to true. 0-day provisioning equal to true. That means when the user is traversing from your HMS system to Saviynt, right? Through the user import job. In between I have mentioned say cruel is equal to true. That means while the user is coming on the way. Rule run job will stop this user for a second and it will try to examine and evaluate what attribute is matching with what technical rule. If I have many technical rules, one by one, it will check and it will match. And once it fits, find the match case right, it will try to fit the technical rule. Once the technical rule is fit right, and it found that I had technical rule whose name is called or DB training CF, right, and the user CT is CTC. And in my technical rule also the condition is user T equal to CC. That means this technical rule is matching for me. And what action given in the technical rule? Create an account for the user in B20 CF. Assign M1 entitlement right. Are these two things I'm talking and telling to the technical to do. But always remember, technical rule doesn't have capability to provision the user in the target system. If your target system is DB training CF, it cannot create your account here. It doesn't have that capability. The capability of your rule right. Any rule, whether it is your technical rule or user update rule, the capacity is best. It will give you a generated task for you because in the backend you have the code, and once the true, it will try to create account task, it will trigger, or it will try to accommodate that it will generate a task for you. One task is for your new account, another task is for your add access. Once the task is generated, always remember, for provisioning, for creating account or updating account, for enabling account, for disabling account, from Saviynt to your target application, you have a specific job. That job name is the US Retry. The name itself is US Retry job. This job always look in your pending task queue. It will go and look in the pending task queue, whatever task is present, right? It will try to process them. But you have to mention also here in the US Retry what kind of task I should process. You might have, thousands of tasks of database or LDAP. I should mention to this BOS Retry job was go and pick only DB task. B training CF. It will go and check in your pending task queue and it will see what is your security system and endpoint. Based on the endpoint, right? If it found the endpoint name is DB, it will process those tasks. Right. Once it's processed, and your account will get created in your DB training CF. You will get a new account here as well as a add access task that is for entitlement also. You get create here the job. It is driven by your US Retry job. Two things. I'll say three things, right? If this is your Saviynt system. The thumb rule is from Saviynt. You want to send any information to the target application. Any information, right? To your target system, irrespective of the target system. Whether it is your ADL, DP or like your database or RIST application. Anything that will be carried out by your WS Retry job. If this is your target system, let's say AD or database. Somebody directly went ahead and created some record here, or you are integrating an old legacy application. If you want to bring back those information to here, right? That will be driven by your again, right? Application data import job. And we used to call it as a paraguide recon, and in the other name we used to call it as a non-authoritative. So this is one funda you have, right? If you want to send from Saviynt to here, you have to always refer the job that is BVS retry job. This is specific and it is applicable for all your target system. Sometime also you have to manually also process in your real-time work also, right? If something is error out, you have to clear the error and you have to process it manually. That is also there. Everything should be automated. As this is a LCMM tool, right? Your lifecycle management, nothing manual should here, but at least 5% manual of every day you have to do. Sometime if the task is error out or the threshold value is more, you have mentioned like it shouldn't, let's say in your organization you have mentioned at a time more than 1,000 terminated tasks wouldn't be processed. Suppose HMS owner who is there mystically, sleepingly he mentioned 5,000 tasks as terminated. What will happen? All the user will get terminated in Saviynt, right? You can put a threshold over there that it won't process at all, actually beyond the threshold value. If it is more than that, that also right. It is there. You can also do the manual thing there and end up in there. Here you would trust it, target reconciliation or through the application data import or through the non-intuitive source. You are bringing back those information to Saviynt for a purpose, right? And from your HMS application, or we are resembling the DB here, if you want to bring back the user right to your Saviynt, we are bringing through the user import, or it is your authoritative source, or it is a trusted reconciliation, we call it. This S retry job, ideally it should be triggered in all the system. What I have seen, they have mentioned like 30 to 40 minutes. Sometimes they ask also to do instant provisioning, but instant provisioning made a lot of issue actually. That is why you should have a time limit. Right. Let's say for application you have made an instant provisioning. Instant provisioning, if you make it on rate, the S retry job, irrespective of your rule, it will try to trigger immediately. But what will happen if you receive a user by mystically terminated user? Let's say you have a user whose I have seen in my project also, right? One user is there. It's by mystically updated the status from active to inactive immediately in the job branch. The job will be running 30 minutes or 1 hour. He forgot that. And those inactive information came to Saviynt. Up to here it is fine. My status is inactive, right? I can again activate. But what happened if the instant provisioning immediately happened from Saviynt? You are managing 20 to 30 applications. That means 30 account you have. Along with that you might have 120 entitlement rate. This 30 account you might have multiple entitlement. What will happen? Everything will be wiped out from the target system. And this 120 entitlement, it doesn't mean all the entitlement came through birthright. It is not true. You might have given a request to access some directory service or some, drive access. You have given a request for that. What happened? Everything is wiped out now. That is a problem. That is why we should give always a 30-minute off or 40-minute off distance to run the WS. It rides off. A lot of thing is there. If you explore right, you'll come to know where you are, like BOS. It rides off, right? Now the task is generated. It is not processed because I do not have any job. It is Skittle or ABOS, it rides up to pick this task. I think this system has a problem. Let me try to provision the user to the, to the advanced query. Let's see. I'll go to again the BOS app, go to utility BOS, it rides up, click and start. Go to our once right. 80.task key in. Let me give task it, then I'll try with the first day. And I will give this task. I do only 9 for 3. 944 and 80.task key in. Submit. And let's see whether it is processing or not. In this case, what will happen? Suppose for your database training, see a database, you have 30 tasks in pending queue. But if you run through the BOS, it rides up using the connection. That's the first basic concept, right? It will try to process all your tasks, but you do not need that. You want to specifically process 2 tasks only. This 2. That time you can give the advanced condition. Let me see. And refresh it. It process right. How you are going to go to utility? In the provisioning, right? Click action, click start. In the first basic, if you give database training here and specifically mention new account, it will process new account, and if you give add access, it will process add access. But in the advanced, if you write a query, right, it will process only your specific task if you want to do that. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.